Hello. Hello. It's me. And hello to my handful of subscribers on YouTube. I don't really do YouTube these days in terms of making stuff other than having uploaded my movies onto it from past years. So why am I coming on now? I'm not trying to build a massive audience. I can't be bothered. I just want to put something on video, and I won't wander too far from my bag because it'll get nicked. Why am I here in the woods? Because it's a hot day and this is the best place to be. No, it's because I'm making a movie here in 3 weeks' time called Drop Dead. Yes, I've sorted out the merch before I make the movie, which is sort of that's how this year's going, really. I've made a movie already this year, believe it or not. I decided since the pandemic and since various events conspired to draw a line under mine and lots of other people's burgeoning indie film careers, I decided to just double down and write a bunch of scripts, and those are going very well. They're with producers, they're courting budgets and stuff like that. Some of them I'm directing, some of them are too big for me to direct. No, I'm not rolling in money or anything like that. I just, I decided to just get on with it and make up for lost time, which is partly why I decided to make this movie called Drop Dead, which is set in 1999 and when I was 25. Because I didn't make a movie when I was 25. I wanted to, but I didn't. And I waited till I was about 30 before I started really making movies. And you can go and see my movies, most of them, on my website, mileswatts.com. And then this idea of the first movie I made in 2006, I just loved, and I still love, David Lynch, rest his soul. He went out and shot Inland Empire on a crappy SD camera, which is what I did with my first film. And I just learned this lesson, which is whatever you've got, make a film with it. It doesn't matter if it's fancy schmancy, expensive. So this year I'm making 2 movies on iPhone. I've made the first one. Well, we've shot the first one. It's called Your Sin, and that was filmed in and around York, including York Theatre, which we've got some amazing scenes in. And the next one, Drop Dead, is filming this September in Yorkshire and various places in Yorkshire, and we'll wrap on the 9th of September, and then that'll be in the can, and then I can spend the following 6 months doing post-production, getting money for that, making sure everything is all good in terms of the edit and the sound and the post-production, for which I will probably be whoring myself online to try and get some post-production money. I'm just going to switch hands, this is really heavy. So today we're 3 months out of filming. 3 months? Oh, I wish. Actually, I don't wish. I want to get on with it now. We're 3 weeks away from filming Drop Dead in the woods here and elsewhere. And I've also got a meeting later on with what we want to use as a production base, which is a bit further down the woods. Because if you're going to make a film on location, as this is all on location, get a production base. And the main thing I wanted to sort of say in this video is that, yeah, I'm shooting on iPhone, and you might say, well, why are you doing that if you've got these big scripts going around producers and stuff? Well, that's why I'm doing it on iPhone, because I have an iPhone. I found it incredibly liberating just deciding to film a movie on iPhone and do all the camera work myself, because I've worked with some amazing DOPs. But this one, I just wanted to design and execute all the shots myself, so I could just get right up in people's faces and just do an Evil Dead kind of thing where I'm just like twisting and turning with the camera, and I'm not reliant on translating that or relaying that through a director of photography who then does a shot that I think, yeah, that's good, but it's not. Much as I love collaborating, and you should always collaborate on films, the amazing thing that's happened with this film and the last one is the amount of people who've agreed to help. So students from 3 different universities, so many professional actors have come on board and said, yeah, I'm sick of not making stuff. I want to make a film even if there's no money, which is amazing, because I thought everyone would say, get stuffed, you've got to pay people, which, you should pay people. But if you don't have any money, the best thing to do is to get resources together that you do have and say, look, do you want to all come and make this movie? If it does make money, you can have some, but it probably won't. If you're an indie film expecting to make money, you're in the wrong business anyway, which is why I'm trying to sell a couple of scripts, because that way I scratch that itch of making something creative and filmy without having to go do it myself. But I'm amazed at the quality of the iPhone. I mean, this is just, you obviously don't shoot like this. This is just everyday filming. And when you go into the app on this phone, Blackmagic Cam, you're filming in 4K. You have amazing choices in the grade. You've got a histogram at the bottom so you can see the light meter, the ISO, all of that stuff. And this is stuff I had to relearn because I'm shooting all on my own. I don't have a focus puller or anything like that. And I wish I did, Tom. I wish you were here. But the incredible thing is the amount of people who've come to help me. I think we've got 20 or 30 people in total on both films coming to help for nothing, just to get a movie made. And I've even got options with the release. So they will come out on Blu-ray next year, and you will be able to see them. So it just takes all the shite out of doing films. You know, I've been through films that didn't get released. I've made films that did get released but had a really shonky release or a really dissatisfying release, or movies I've made that got released and then the company who released it folded and they turned out to be a bunch of crooks. I've been through all of that, and now I've just turned 52, and I've never been more enthusiastic about making movies and writing scripts and creating projects and telling stories and all of that. And, you know, you might say, well, where do you find the time? I have very, very understanding fiance, for starters, and friends and family. They know this is what I want to do. Again, we don't have shed loads of money. It's not like I'm sort of sitting around spending loads and loads of money. You still have to be resourceful. If I sell one or two of these scripts, then hopefully I'll have loads of money. But that's another thing. You can't wait around for the money. It's like Werner Herzog says, you know, set everything else up and then the money will follow you like a common car in the street. So I'm hoping to, while I'm here, to get a few test shots so that I know in 3 weeks when we come here, rain or shine, hopefully shine, although the weather at the moment is just way too hot, and I hope it's not too dry and muggy here. But although trees, protect trees, people, they keep you cool. So that, you know, we can come here in a few weeks' time, make the film in 2 blocks of 3 days and get everything in the can, and then go back to the edit room for the rest of the year and get cozy with coffee and biscuits and a warm dog and just edit the shit out of these 2 films. So that's it, really. That's why I am sending you this little message. I'm not really interested in social media these days, although I did just join Substack yesterday. I have 1 subscriber, which is great. It's kind of nice to start again. I started this YouTube channel again, just to have my own YouTube channel instead of it being Blog or anything, although you can still go and see all those things. So yeah, this might be the only vlog I do, because I'm shooting on my phone and I can't be doing the making of while I'm making the film. I found out during Your Sin someone else was doing bits of making of, but we have actually got a documentary team this time from York St John, which is great. So they'll be following us around as we go mad and get some shots and stuff. The final thing I wanted to say was, people say there's no money to make films. Well, there is. The money is there. We don't have much. But the thing that isn't there is time. And you might say, oh, well, Miles, it's all right for you. You've got plenty of time. You know, this is not a good year for me to be making films. But it also is a good year. Explain, Miles. What do you mean? So much crap has been happening in my family with health, life and death stuff, real life and death stuff, really heartbreaking stuff, really, really hard stuff. So it's a good year to make films, because that stuff's going to come at you, whatever happens. You know, you might have kids. I think everyone pretty much I work with on Your Sin has a couple of kids. My producer, Maria, just had her 2nd kid, and she's still going to produce the movie in 3 weeks, but then she's amazing. There's always a reason to not make films. There's not enough time. I've got a job, and you might look at me and say, Miles, you don't have a job and you don't have kids. It's true, I don't. And I have a very supportive partner. So I'm checking my privilege there. Checking my privilege at the entrance to the woods. But I do believe that there is never a good time to make movies like the present. And I think if you can't make a movie for £7 million and why wait for that? Make a movie for nothing or next to nothing. This will be my 7th movie that I've made for virtually nothing. And in the meantime, I get the satisfaction that I've made some films, and that some of the bigger ones I've passed on to producers to sell and make with someone else, you know. So always be making movies, I think, even if you're picking up your phone and I've got things in my hair. So I'll leave you alone. That was a long enough vlog. I might do some more of these. I've quite enjoyed doing this. I really thought I'd get to the woods and decide that I don't want to do this. But I've enjoyed it. So I'm going to go take some test shots now with the proper lens and the proper filter and just check everything works, because we're filming during the day. I'm not doing any night shoots on an iPhone because we just need loads of lights and stuff and I can't be bothered. And we don't have the money. So feedback if you like, put a comment below, watch my films, and thank you for watching this far. I hope you enjoy. When we finally make Drop Dead, there will be more stuff. Thank you very much. Goodbye.